For 6 years, Kang Dae-hyun hadn't looked at a woman with anything except calculated indifference. Heiresses, celebrities, models, they were all invisible to him. His syndicate called him the frozen prince. Some whispered he was incapable of feeling. Others claimed his heart turned to ice the night his brother died. Everyone agreed. Kang Dae-hyun would never fall in love. Until a Tuesday morning when he nearly hit a woman distributing flyers outside his building in Manhattan's Koreatown. Watch where you're going. Money doesn't make you own the street. The woman shouted while brushing dust off her jeans. He emerged from his black Range Rover, ready to unleash hell, because no one spoke to him that way. But then he saw her, Amara Chen, a flyer girl with rich dark skin and fearless eyes, arguing boldly with a security team. One glance shattered 6 years of ice. Amara Chen had $37 in her account and pride that wouldn't let her beg. Standing on 32nd Street, she called out to strangers. Live music at the basement this Saturday. Each flyer meant 40 cents. 8 more hours would cover this week's rent. At 25, this wasn't her dream. A year ago, she'd been finishing her master's in urban planning. Then her father's construction accident happened. Medical bills avalanched. Amara dropped out, juggled 4 jobs, and still watched him slip away. Now she was alone in New York, broke but unbreakable. "Excuse me, miss." An elegant Korean woman approached, pearls at her throat. 2 suited men flanked her. "You cannot distribute materials here." "Public sidewalk." Amara replied calmly. "This is private territory. I'm handing out papers for a jazz club, not running a cartel." That's when the Range Rover appeared. The elegant woman paled. Both guards bowed deeply. The man who emerged absorbed all oxygen from the street. Kang Dae-hyun was striking in a dangerous way. Sharp features, obsidian eyes, perfectly styled black hair. His charcoal suit probably cost more than Amara earned in 6 months. He was on his phone, speaking rapid Korean, not acknowledging anyone, until his gaze landed on her. Dae-hyun forgot his sentence mid-word. She was stunning, not manufactured, but raw and natural. High puff, silver hoops, ripped jeans, fitted burgundy top, warm brown skin glowing. But her eyes stopped him, fierce, proud, unafraid. "I'll call back," he said, ending the call. "Mr. Kang." Mrs. Park rushed forward, bowing. "I'm handling." "Leave us," Dae-hyun said quietly. "You and the guards. Inside. Now." No room for debate. Mrs. Park retreated, glancing curiously at Amara. "So you're the boss," Amara said, gripping her flyers but refusing to show fear. "You're working in my territory without permission." "Your territory? Last I checked, this was New York City, not your personal kingdom." Surprise flickered in Dae-hyun's eyes. People didn't speak to him this way. Ever. "What's your name?" "None of your business." "Look, I don't want trouble. I'll move to another block." She turned to leave. Dae-hyun did something he hadn't done in years. He gently caught her wrist. Electricity shot through both of them. Amara's eyes snapped to his, wide. Dae-hyun released her immediately, surprised by his own action. "Wait, I'm not going to hurt you," said every dangerous man ever. But she didn't walk away. "How much do they pay you for this?" "Why?" "Want to hire me for your criminal enterprise." A slight smile tugged at his mouth. She had fire and intelligence. "Come work for me, not distributing flyers. I own an upscale lounge. I need someone for promotions, social media, event coordination. $3,000 a week." Amara's heart jumped. That was more than she made monthly from all 4 jobs. Too good to be true. "What's the catch?" "No catch. You're hardworking. You speak your mind, and I find you intriguing." They stared at each other. Amara's mind raced. 3,000 a week could transform her life. But this man was clearly involved in organized crime. "I'm not doing anything illegal. And I'm not sleeping with you for money. I'm not asking you to do either. I'm offering a legitimate position. Whether you accept is your choice." He pulled out a business card. "My lounge. Tomorrow at noon, if you're interested." Amara took it slowly. "Kang Dae-hyun. And your name?" She hesitated. Amara Chen. Amara, he repeated, the way her name sounded in his deep voice, doing something to her insides. I'll think about it. For the first time in 6 years, Kang Dae-hyun felt anticipation about seeing someone again. That evening, Amara researched Kang Dae-hyun. What she found made her stomach drop. Head of the Kang family, one of the most powerful Korean organized crime syndicates in New York. Took over at 27 after his brother was killed. Known for being ruthless, calculating, cold-blooded, never seen with a woman, rejected marriage alliances, care about nothing but power and vengeance. This is insane, Amara muttered. But $3,000 a week. Her landlord texted. Rent due in 2 days or eviction. The next day at noon, she stood outside Azure Lounge. Azure wasn't what she expected. Sleek, modern, impressive. A hostess led her upstairs to an office overlooking the lounge. Dae-hyun sat behind a massive desk, on the phone. Black button-down, sleeves rolled up. He saw her and held up one finger. In natural light, he was even more striking. Faint scar along his jawline. A warrior's face. Beautiful but dangerous. He ended the call and stood. You came. Don't sound so surprised. Come sit. Have you eaten? I'm fine. Dae-hyun was already texting. I'm having lunch brought up. You'll join me and we'll discuss the position. I haven't said yes yet. But you're here, which means you're considering it. 20 minutes later, they were eating Korean food. Bulgogi, kimchi, japchae. Incredible. I looked you up, Amara said. I expected you would. The job, is it real or cover for something illegal? Dae-hyun gave her full attention. The lounge is completely legitimate. License, pays taxes, follows regulations. I need someone to handle social media, promoters, events, increase visibility with younger, diverse clientele. That's real. And illegal stuff happens nowhere near you. I keep businesses separate. If you work here, you work for the lounge. Nothing else. Why me? Are you terrible at things? No. I'm actually really good at social media. I was running accounts for nonprofits before I had to take on more jobs. Then you'll be good at this. I have instincts about people. They're telling me you're intelligent, hardworking, exactly what this lounge needs. Your instincts tell you all that from one conversation? Yes. Something in the way he looked at her, intense, focused. Okay, I'll take the job. But I have conditions. Dae-hyun's eyebrow raised. People didn't give him conditions. I'm listening. 1, I'm never involved in anything illegal. 2, if I discover you're using me or the lounge criminally, I walk. 3, I want a written contract. Agreed. My condition, you're loyal to me and this business. You don't share information with anyone outside. You come to me directly with problems. Do we have an agreement? He extended his hand. She was probably making a deal with the devil. She shook anyway. We have an agreement. The small, genuine smile that crossed his face transformed him from dangerous to devastating. Welcome to Azure, Amara Chen. The first 3 weeks were a whirlwind. Dae-hyun set Amara up with a real office, laptop, accounts access, and salary that appeared exactly when promised. She dove in. Within days, she'd revamped Instagram, launched TikTok, coordinated with influencers, brought in younger, diverse crowds. Revenue increased 35% in 2 weeks. Dae-hyun watched with intense satisfaction, not just because of business. He couldn't stop watching her. Amara brought life into his lounge, his office, spaces that had been cold and functional. She laughed easily, danced while working, wore bright colors in his monochrome world, and treated him like a regular person. These inventory numbers are off, she'd said that morning, walking into his office without knocking, dropping a spreadsheet on his desk. Someone skimming. Dae-hyun had been meeting with 2 lieutenants. They looked scandalized. Amara hadn't noticed. I'll handle it. Dae-hyun had said calmly. Good work. That's literally my job. Then she'd noticed the others. Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you had company. I'm Amara. She'd waved and left. After, Lieutenant some men had said carefully, Boss, She just walked in. Should we discuss protocol? No. She's doing her job. She has access to me whenever needed. Late evening, Dae-hyun stood in his office watching Amara on the floor. Friday night, packed. She was talking to the DJ. Gold dress, box braids, breathtaking. You're staring again, came a female voice. I don't recall asking for your input, Ji-won. His younger sister stood beside him, 26, sharp as a blade, one of few people who could speak freely. The entire organization is talking about her, the girl who has Kang Dae-hyun's attention. How many proposals you've ignored? Meetings rescheduled? I haven't neglected anything important. You rejected the Choi family's dinner invitation. Third time. The Choi's had a daughter they've been trying to match with Dae-hyun for 2 years. Strategic marriage. Not interested. Because of her? Because I don't make life decisions based on others' expectations. Does she know how you feel? I don't feel anything. She's an employee. Ji-won laughed. Brother, I've known you my entire life. I've never seen you look at anyone like this. It's dangerous. I know. Our world doesn't mix with innocence. She could get hurt. I won't let that happen. You might not be able to stop it. Then they'll learn what happens to people who threaten what's mine. The cold finality silenced even Ji-won. Below, Amara laughed, face lighting up. Dae-hyun felt something in his chest, a longing he hadn't allowed in years. Amara was avoiding the obvious. She was attracted to her boss. Dangerously, stupidly attracted. It started innocently. Dae-hyun was beautiful, objective fact. But then she noticed other things. How he listened, giving complete attention. How he'd stocked her office with her favorite snacks after one mention. The protective way he'd handled a drunk customer who'd gotten handsy, voice ice cold. Touch her again and lose a hand. And the way he looked at her sometimes, like she was precious and dangerous. Girl, your boss is fine as hell, co-worker Tasha said. Also terrifying, but mostly fine. He's my boss. That's it. Amham. Keep telling yourself that. Amara had learned more about Dae-hyun. Despite running a criminal empire, he took care of his people. Every employee had full insurance, good wages, respect. She'd seen him speak gently to the elderly Korean woman who cleaned offices. He was complicated, violent and tender, cold and passionate, feared and loyal, and she was falling for him. Worst idea ever. Amara, Dae-hyun's voice through intercom. Can you come upstairs? Her heart jumped. On my way. He was standing by the window. Close the door. Her pulse quickened. Is something wrong? You've been here 3 weeks. You've exceeded expectations. I'm giving you a raise for $1,000 a week, and I want to take you to dinner tomorrow night. Amara's mind blanked. Dinner? Yes. A restaurant I own. Best Korean food in Manhattan. To celebrate your success. That's really generous. But you don't have to. I want to. He stepped closer. Is that acceptable? Too close now. She could smell his cologne. Expensive, intoxicating. Just a work dinner? Do you want it to be just a work dinner? The question hung between them, loaded with possibility and danger. She knew what she should say. Maintain boundaries. Protect herself. Instead, no, I don't. His eyes darkened. Then it's a date. I'll pick you up at 7. Text me your address. Okay, she whispered. He smiled, real genuine, making him look younger and more dangerous to her heart. As she left, her hands shook. She was about to cross an uncrossable line, and she couldn't wait. Dae-hyun arrived at exactly 7, driving himself. When Amara came downstairs, his breath caught. Deep emerald dress hugging her curves, box braids swept to one side, gold jewelry. Absolutely stunning. You're staring. You're beautiful, he replied simply. Opening the door, the restaurant was intimate, high-end, private room. Everyone here keeps bowing to you. I own the restaurant, and they respect me. Fear and respect aren't the same. With me, they often are. That doesn't bother you? People being afraid? It keeps me alive. In my world, fear is currency. But I don't want you to fear me. I don't. I probably should, but I don't. Why not? Because I've seen how you are when you think no one important is watching. You're kind to cleaning staff. You pay for your bartender's daughter's surgery. You're not just a monster, Dae-hyun. He was quiet. You see too much. Is that a problem? It's dangerous. For both of us. The food arrived, course after course. Dae-hyun explained each one, sometimes feeding her from his own plate. Shocking intimacy that felt natural. Tell me about your family. His expression shuddered. My father built this empire from nothing. Came to America with ambition and ruthlessness. Made enemies. One killed my older brother 4 years ago in retaliation. My father died 6 months later. Heart attack, but really grief. I'm sorry. Don't be. He was hard. Cruel even. But he was my father. I have a younger sister, Ji-won. She's the only family I have left. The only person whose opinion matters. Does she know about me? She knows I'm having dinner with you. She thinks I'm being reckless. Are you? He reached across, took her hand. First real touch since the street. His thumb traced circles on her palm. Yes, you're a risk I shouldn't take. Getting involved with you violates every rule. But I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since the moment I saw you. Her heart pounded. I haven't stopped thinking about you either, which is crazy because you're literally a criminal, you're my boss, and this could explode. Dae-hyun stood suddenly, still holding her hand, pulling her gently up. They were alone, door closed. Tell me to stop, he said quietly, stepping into her space. Tell me this is a bad idea, and we should keep things professional, and I will. I'll never bring it up again. She looked up at him, this beautiful, dangerous man who looked at her like she was the only thing in the world that mattered. What if I don't want you to stop? His legendary control snapped. He cupped her face and kissed her. Intense, passionate, desperate. Amara melted into him, hands fisting in his shirt. Dae-hyun kissed with complete focus and devastating skill. When they broke apart, breathing hard, he rested his forehead against hers. Amara, this changes everything. My world is dangerous. People will come after you to get to me. I know that too. And you're still here? She met his eyes. I'm still here. Relief crossed his face. He kissed her again, softer, almost reverent. Then you're mine now, and I protect what's mine. The next 4 weeks were the happiest of Amara's life. Dae-hyun was attentive, passionate, unexpectedly tender. Best restaurants, hidden parts of the city, every free moment together. At work, they tried being professional, but everyone knew. The way Dae-hyun looked at her made it impossible to hide. His protection was fierce. When a rival gang member approached Amara outside the lounge, Dae-hyun had appeared, put himself between them, said something in Korean so terrifying the man fled. What did you say? That if he ever came near you again, I'd remove his organs one by one while he watched. That's disturbingly specific. I meant every word. But there was gentleness. How he held her during movies. Learned to cook her favorite breakfast. Held her while she cried about her father. I love you. Dae-hyun had said one night, words pulled from somewhere deep. I've never said that to anyone who wasn't family. But I love you, Amara. I love you too, even though you're absolutely insane, and this is probably going to end badly. It won't. I won't let it. But they both knew he couldn't control everything. The Choi family finally lost patience. Chairman Choi called a meeting with Dae-hyun, supposed to be about territory, actually about Amara. You've rejected my daughter 4 times. Do you know how insulting that is? Your daughter is lovely. But I'm not interested in a strategic marriage. Because of the black girl you're parading around, temperature dropped 20 degrees. Dae-hyun's lieutenants tensed. Careful. Dae-hyun said softly, more threatening than shouting. She's nobody. A street girl you dressed up. Not suitable. She weakens you. Dae-hyun stood slowly. This meeting is over. I'm not finished. Yes, you are. Amara is mine. Not negotiable, not up for discussion, not your concern. If you or anyone speaks about her disrespectfully again, we're going to war. Clear. Chairman Choi stared, shocked. War over a woman was unthinkable. You'd risk everything for her? Everything. Now get out. After the choice left, Sung Min approached carefully. Boss, this will be seen as weakness. Let them try. Anyone who touches her answers to me personally. Spread the word. Amara knew something was wrong when Dae-hyun picked her up that evening. Tense, jaw tight. What happened? He poured whiskey, stared at the skyline. The Choi family is unhappy about our relationship. Chairman Choi made comments today about me being black. His silence was answer. What did you say? That if anyone speaks about you that way again, I'm starting a war. Dae-hyun, I meant it. I will burn this city before I let anyone hurt or disrespect you. That's what I'm afraid of. You starting a war because of me. People dying because of me. Because of them. Because they're racist and think they can dictate my life. Not your fault. But I'm the catalyst. Maybe we should cool things just until... No. His hands framed her face. Absolutely not. I've spent 6 years being cold, alone, doing everything expected. Then I found you. You make me feel human again. I'm not giving that up. I'm not giving you up. Tears pricked her eyes. I don't want you to, but I'm scared. You're everything. Strong, brilliant, beautiful. You see me, the real me, not just a monster. Do you understand? You're everything to me. He kissed her desperately. She kissed back, pouring all her love and fear into it. That night, wrapped together, they both knew a storm was coming. It happened 3 days later. Amara was closing her office when power went out. Emergency lighting kicked in eerie red glow. Phone in hand immediately, dialing Dae-hyun. Before it connected, someone grabbed her from behind. Amara fought, elbowed, stomped, screamed. But 2 of them, bigger, stronger, cloth over her mouth and nose. Chemical smell, chloroform. Last thought before darkness. Dae-hyun. I need Dae-hyun. Dae-hyun was meeting when Sung Min burst in, face ashen. Boss, it's Amara. She's been taken from the lounge. Everything stopped. Then Dae-hyun moved. Within 15 minutes, every resource mobilized. Security footage showed masked men. Van with stolen plates. Professional job. Phone rang. Unknown number. Yes. Dae-hyun answered, voice deadly calm. Kang Dae-hyun, you rejected our family. Now you'll pay. Chairman Choi's voice. If you've hurt her, you'll what? Start a war? It's already started. Call ended. Dae-hyun called immediately. Ji-won, get everyone. Every soldier. Contact. Everyone who owes us. The Choi family just declared war. What did they do? They took Amara. Silence. I'll rally everyone. We'll get her back. Not we. I'm getting her back tonight. Alive. And then I'm going to make Chairman Choi regret the day he was born. Amara woke in darkness, head pounding, tied to a chair in a warehouse. 2 guards by the door, not paying attention. She tested ropes. Tight, but not impossible. They'd underestimated her. Thought she was helpless. Wrong. Growing up in rough neighborhoods, she'd taken self-defense classes. She was resourceful, angry. While guards talked, she worked knots, ignoring wrist burns. 20 minutes. Got 1 hand free. Working on the other rope, the warehouse door exploded inward. Dae-hyun entered like an avenging angel, gun in hand. 20 men behind. His face absolutely terrifying in cold fury. Where is she? Guards reached for weapons. Didn't stand a chance. Dae-hyun shot both with clinical precision, not fatal, but incapacitating. Then he saw her. Amara. He crossed the warehouse in seconds, falling to his knees, hands shaking as he worked the remaining rope. Are you hurt? Did they touch you? I swear if they... I'm okay. Dae-hyun, I'm okay. Rope fell away. He pulled her into his arms, holding so tight she could barely breathe. She felt wetness on her neck. Was he crying? I thought I'd lost you, he whispered roughly. I thought... I'm here, right here. He pulled back. cupping her face, eyes wild searching for injuries. Then kissed her desperately. "Boss!" Sungmin interrupted carefully. "We need to move. Choi's man going to pay for this," Dae-hyun said coldly, standing, pulling Amara with him. He shrugged off his jacket, wrapped it around her shoulders. "Get her to the safe house. Full security. No one gets near her." "What are you going to do?" Amara asked, though she knew, "What I should have done the first time Choi disrespected you. I'm ending this." "Dae-hyun, don't do something you can't come back from. Not because of me." He touched her face gently, tenderness stark against violence in his eyes. "Everything I do is because of you now. You're my heart, Amara. Anyone who tries to hurt my heart gets destroyed. Not negotiable." Before she could respond, he turned. "Take her now." As Sungmin and guards let her out, Amara looked back. Dae-hyun stood in the warehouse, reloading his gun, face a mask of cold determination. She'd fallen in love with a dangerous man. Tonight, she was seeing exactly how dangerous. The war between Kang and Choi families lasted exactly 6 hours. Dae-hyun moved through the Choi organization like a scalpel, targeting strategic locations, cutting off resources, systematically dismantling their power structure. He didn't kill unnecessarily. Precise, controlled, terrifying. By dawn, Chairman Choi knelt before him in an abandoned building, empire in ruins. "You took something precious from me," Dae-hyun said quietly. "You thought you could use her to hurt me. You were right that she's precious. Wrong that she makes me weak. She makes me absolutely ruthless about protecting what's mine. Kill me then." Choi spat. "No, you're going to live with this defeat. You're leaving New York. Take your family. Go back to San Francisco. If I ever hear you're causing problems, if you ever think about Amara again, I won't be this merciful." Calculated move. Killing Choi would create martyrs. This way, other families would see what happened when you cross Kang Dae-hyun. And for the record, Amara isn't nobody. She's brilliant, strong, worth 100 of your racist, small-minded family members. The fact that you couldn't see that is why you lost tonight. When Dae-hyun finally walked into the safe house, sun was rising. Exhausted, blood-spattered clothes, running on nothing but love and fury. Amara was waiting. She'd refused to sleep. When she saw him, she ran. Dae-hyun caught her, holding on like she was the only solid thing in his world. "Is it over?" "It's over. Choi family is leaving New York. You're safe. Are you okay?" He pulled back. "You were kidnapped and terrorized, and you're asking if I'm okay? You just went to war, Dae-hyun. So, yes." He kissed her forehead, cheeks, lips. "I'm okay now that you're safe." They stood holding each other as sunlight filled the room. "I want you to move in with me. My penthouse. Full security. Anything you need. I know it's fast, but I can't risk you being vulnerable again." "Okay," Amara said simply. Dae-hyun blinked. "Okay? Just like that. Just like that. I love you, Dae-hyun. I'm all in on this, even though it's insane and dangerous and unpredictable. I love you so much. More than power, more than this empire, more than my own life. You know that, right?" "I know. And you need to know I'm not some fragile thing you need to keep in a cage. I can handle your world. I'm stronger than I look. You're the strongest person I know. You survived loss, poverty, and never became bitter. You still smile, still hope, still see good in people. Even in me. Especially in you." 2 months later, Ji-won walked into Dae-hyun's office. "You're staring at your phone like it personally offended you. Instagram engagement is up 40% this month. Petra's campaign idea is working." Ji-won laughed. "You're such a simp for her. It's adorable and disturbing. Did you need something?" "Checking that you're still coming to dinner tomorrow. Mom's side of the family wants to meet Amara officially. After everything, Dae-hyun had introduced Amara to extended family. Tense at first. Some older generation had opinions about her being black and not Korean. Dae-hyun had made abundantly clear that anyone who disrespected her wasn't welcome in his life. Most had come around, especially seeing how happy Dae-hyun was. How he smiled now, laughed, seemed more human. We'll be there. Amara's nervous, though. She'll be fine. Everyone who matters already loves her. Down on the lounge floor, Amara was coordinating a photo shoot with local influencers. She'd turned Azure into one of Manhattan's hottest clubs. But more than that, she brought diversity and inclusivity to traditionally exclusive spaces. She looked up, caught Dae-hyun watching. She smiled and blew him a kiss. Dae-hyun pretended to catch it, pressing his hand to his heart. You too are disgusting, Ji-won said, but smiled. I'm glad you found her, brother. She's good for you. She's everything for me. That night in their penthouse, Amara curled against Dae-hyun on the couch. I've been thinking. Dangerous, he teased, kissing her temple. I want to start a nonprofit, using the club's resources and connections to help young people in tough situations. Job training, education, support, mentorship. Dae-hyun was quiet. Because you remember what it was like to be struggling. Yeah, I got lucky. I met you, but so many don't get that chance. I want to give them one. Then we'll do it. Whatever you need, funding, space, connections, it's yours. She turned to look at him. Just like that. Just like that. Your dreams are my dreams now, Amara. Besides, he smiled slightly. It's good for my image. The terrifying crime lord with a heart of gold. You do have a heart of gold. You just hide it really well. Only you get to see it. Only you get all of me, the good, bad, violent, tender. It's all yours. And you have all of me, the struggling street flyer girl and the successful club director. All of it. Not a street flyer girl anymore. Now you're the queen of my empire. I thought you were the king. A king is nothing without his queen. She laughed. That was so cheesy. You love it. I love you. I love you more. They kissed as city lights sparkled outside their window. Two people from completely different worlds who'd found everything they needed in each other. It hadn't been easy. It hadn't been safe. It definitely hadn't been conventional. But it was real. It was passionate. And it was theirs. And neither of them would change a single thing.